Christos Anesti. Thank you for joining us today to watch us dance in our end of the year performance. I was first truly immersed in the Greek world when I first started Greek school, when I was in 3rd grade. My mom woke up one day and literally had what seemed like an epiphany at the time as she ran to my room stating that I was going to Greek school. As far as I knew, the only Greeks I ever encountered besides my mom on a daily were my yaya and babu, and the papus that would shove me out of the way after church service to get a melo makarona before me. I was appalled. Greeks were like a different species to me that I didn't understand. They seemed crazy, chaotic, and always felt the need to shout while talking. My mom wasn't having it though, and took me to St. Andrews. At the beginning, it was miserable for me. I hated having to memorize schemas, and always was upset when I messed up on my homework. The only thing that kept me still willing to go to Greek school was a dance we would have for a short period of time at the end of class. It was something comprehensible to me, and truly enjoyable to learn. It was the first thing I actually felt a connection to being Greek. I right away became to love it, and Greek school became tolerable as the years went by. I always enjoyed and looked forward to our Greek festivals over the summer because of the music that would ring throughout the parking lot, and I became to understand why Greek dancing was such a beautiful thing. Greek dancing brought everyone together. It was completely normal to grab a random person's hand and join the line and dance to your heart's desires. I loved it, and I would never want to stop dancing, even when my feet had blisters and hours went by. I had learned a couple of Greek dances during Greek school, but it was at my first Greek festival where I was also exposed to other dances that I had never seen before. So I made sure any chance I got to learn from watching others and joining their line anyway, even if I didn't have a clue what I was doing. There I learned how to do Ikariotiko, one of my favorite dances, where anytime I would hear the melody of the song play in the beginning, I would stop what I was doing and run to the dance floor. As I continued in Greek school, I felt more and more Greek and started to truly appreciate my heritage. It was something about the pride that I became associated that every Greek carries when March 25th would approach. Every year, I was told the story of Greek independence from my Greek school teacher, and every time she told us it, her voice always held so much pride and she would always get choked up over it, because she loved her country that much. Each year, I became more attentive to her story, and I realized that undying pride of being Greek was in me as well now. I finally graduated when I was in 8th grade. It was a joy yet sad that my Greek school years were over, and I was most sad about losing the dancing. A year went by, and I started to really miss Greek school, especially the dancing. My sister, Evangelia, during this time had joined Orpheus for her first year. She'd always come home in her skirt and pilgrim shoes after practice and explain to my family and I what she learned and the latest gossip in Orpheus. And I would constantly hear people's names I never heard of. Evangelia would always make sure to make it known that she was becoming a better dancer than I. I didn't believe it, even if I had been gone from Greek dancing for a year. The thought was insulting, and even the slightest possibility that it could be true was horrific to me. I did the only thing that I could do to prevent it from coming true. I joined Orpheus the next year. I was right away thrown into A group. I knew enough for my sister that my teacher was Yanni, and that was good enough for me. So I started to dance again, and it was wonderful. Anytime I went to practice, any worry or trouble that I had on my mind would go away, as the melody of the new dance we were learning would start playing, and I would fall into the comforting step of the dance. As practices went by, I really wanted to improve as a dancer, and I realized that becoming a better dancer wasn't just as simple as learning the steps to dance. As we would dance, Yanni would sometimes go in the middle of our formed circle and dance, seeming to totally forget that we were there. He would do his own thing depending on what dance we were doing, and twirl with his arms wide open while making a psst sound to go along with the rhythm, which sounded like he was trying to imitate the sound Saganaki makes when it's lit on fire. I didn't get it. How could he just dance like he didn't give a care in the world who was watching? It seemed to be just him and the music. So I made it my goal to become more free with Greek dancing, to have fun with it and be confident while I danced. As my second year went by so fast in A group, I definitely know that I've grown from my dancing as well as a person. Even though I don't think I'll ever be able to dance confidently enough while making a sound in front of everyone. I am sad to leave the youth group, but also excited and joyful for the things to come in Nay and Ya, where I'm sure I'll learn other ways to improve my dancing. I can't wait for the years still to come in Orpheus, and I hope it doesn't ever go by too fast for me, because being Greek and being in this dance troupe is truly a wonderful thing.
Bravo!